Hi, this is Leah Jo. I am a teacher at Yogast8. It's going to be opening up in St. Matthews this summer. We're going to be going through a 30-minute vinyasa flow, all level flow, and no props are required. So feel free to modify as needed or take your advancements. And then right now, if you want to, feel free to go outside. Right now we're here at the Waterfront Park. So if you have a chance, take your mat outside and let's get started. So we're going to start out actually on our knees, taking child's pose. So take your knees mat width distance apart and bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. Bring your arms out long and go ahead and press down through your hands, and maybe from here bring your forehead down towards the mat. If you've got a little bit of space, maybe the hips reach back towards the heels. Keep your mouth closed and take an inhale in through your nose. Fill all the way up through the crown of your head. Maybe stretch your arms a little bit longer towards the front of your mat. And then on your exhale, press the air out from your nose. Let the pit of the belly dive up towards your spine. Take 2 more breaths just like that. Inhale, find length into the spine, lengthen through the crown of your head. And on your exhale, pull everything in towards your center spine. Last one here, take a deep breath. Inhale. And exhale through the nose. Maybe roll your forehead from side to side. Just take a next few moments just to get grounded here. Starting to come into your practice. 30 minutes just to be able to start to rejuvenate the body, get the breath to the movement. One last breath here, take an inhale. And on your exhale, go ahead and tuck your chin into your spine. Start to round the spine forward into a tabletop position. Hands are slightly in front of the shoulders. Knees are directly stacked underneath your hips. We're going to flow through a few rounds of cat-cow. So on your inhale breath, start to drop the belly down. Let the chest press through the shoulders. Look up towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, round through your spine. Tuck your chin into your chest. Just a few more rounds. Take an inhale. Round the spine forward, look up towards the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, round the spine, curl the chin in towards your chest. Last time here, inhale. And exhale. Really, really good. From here, find a neutral tabletop position. Crown of the head is forward. Look down towards your hands. Spread your fingers nice and wide. You want them to be like starfish fingers. So then from here, turn your index fingers towards the front of your mat. And then from here, reach that right leg long and back towards the back of your space. Keep that heel nice and flexed and flare the toes towards your face. Once you find that balance here, reach that left arm forward. So right leg is back, left arm is forward. Take an inhale, find length into your spine. And then on your exhale, curl the knee into your chest, elbow to knee. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, length. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last time, inhale, length. Exhale, elbow to knee. Really good. From here, find that inhale and extend. Go ahead and lower that left hand down towards the mat and the right toes down towards the mat. We're just going to find a couple gas pedal movements to get into the toes, get into the back of the calf here as well. I also like to find little rolls into the wrists here just to start to get warmed up, connecting the movement with the breath. Good. And then from here, take an inhale. Rock the shoulders back on top of the wrists. Press your weight into those right toes and then draw the left knee into your nose. Round through your spine, curl your chin in toward your chest. Think cat back here. Step that left foot up in between your hands. Drop the back knee down, low lunge. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Sink your hips down nice and low. Open through the chest here. Maybe you keep your hands at your hips or maybe you keep your hands on top of your knee. Just sink down nice and low into your hips and look nice and forward. Take an inhale if your arms are up. Inhale. On your exhale, maybe cactus through your arms and maybe take a little back bend here. Open through the chest. Just taking it nice and slow here, just starting to get into the body. Take an inhale, find length into the spine, reach your arms back up. Frame the foot with your hands, tuck the back toes, lift that back knee, press down through your hands, round through your spine, and draw that left foot back to meet your right foot. Lower your knees, shift the weight forward, inhale, and then just hug those elbows in towards your rib cage, and the elbows are gonna stay nice and tight in towards the midline for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down to the belly, untuck the toes, peel the head and the chest up, baby cobra. Elbows in towards the midline. Exhale, lower all the way down. 2 more. Peel the head and the chest up, shoulders out of the ears. Exhale, lower. And the chest up, little baby cobra. Exhale, lower. From here, tuck the toes. Just press your hips up and back into that tabletop position. Take a few rounds of cat-cow here just to get back into the spine. Maybe a little reset here. Good. Find that neutral tabletop position again, and then from here, extend that left leg back towards the back of the space. Toes are flared towards the face. Inhale, reach that right arm forward. Left leg is back, right arm is forward. Take an inhale, find length into the spine. Exhale, elbow to knee, round. Inhale for length. Exhale, elbow to knee, round. Inhale, length. Exhale, round. Last time, inhale, length. Exhale, round. Really good. Re-extend that right arm and left leg back. Lower that the right hand down. Lower the left toes down. And then from here, just find those little gas pedal movements into that foot. So just taking little rocks side to side, into the wrists, into the toes. Just one more round of breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Really good. Press down through your toes and then round that right knee in towards your nose. Really try to pull that nose to your knee. Take an inhale, press the floor away, step that right foot up in between your hands. Drop the back knee down, low lunge or Anjaneyasana. So sinking the hips down. You can keep the hands on top of your knee or sweep your arms up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Feel the breeze. Maybe open through the chest a little bit if your arms are up. Maybe take a little back bend here. Sink lower into your hips. Take an inhale. Stay on your exhale. Come all the way back up through center. Frame the foot with your hands. Tuck the back toes. Lift that back knee. And then just draw that right foot back to meet your left foot. Lower the knees again. Shift the weight forward. Inhale. Lower halfway down. Just hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can opt in for Cobra like we did earlier, or if you want, you can take upward facing dog. Thighs are lifted, tops of the feet down, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Take an inhale, exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. So if your hamstrings are a little tight here, feel free to just start bending through one knee and then the other. Nod the head yes, shake the head no. I'm more concerned personally about finding length into the spine than I am about those heels connecting with the mat. So keep a little bend into your knees if you're a little tight starting out. It's totally fine. We're just getting started. So from here, find a little bit of stillness here. Shoulders out of the ears, length into the spine. Shift the weight into that left foot, right leg lifts up, 3-legged dog. Hips are squared. Flare the toes towards the face. Look down center of your mat. Really think of driving your heel towards the back of the space. Take an inhale here, and on your exhale, bring your knee to your nose, round. Shoot it up and back, 3-legged dog. And again, knee to nose, little core work, round. Step it up in between your hands, scissor the inner thighs and sink the hips down. Crown of the head is forward towards the front of your space. Fingertips are nice and light here. Take an inhale, reach your arms back behind you. Lift a little higher, rise up, crescent lunge. Sink down nice and low into your hips. You can always opt by lowering that back knee down if you prefer that. Lift up a little higher, take an inhale. On your exhale, open twist. So you're taking that right arm back, left arm is forward, squaring the shoulders with the hips. Maybe sink a little lower. Maybe look over to that right hand, find a little deeper twist. Take an inhale here. Lower that right hand down, reach the left arm up, reverse your crescent lunge. Really reach towards the back of the space. Maybe sink a little lower. Take an inhale. Good, on your exhale, come all the way back up through center. Cartwheel your hands down to your mat, lower that back knee if it isn't already. Pull the hips back, half splits. So fingertips are down. You want to keep your hips back towards the back of your mat. Long spine here, halfway lift. And on your exhale, think chin to shin. Breath here, 2 breaths. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Last one here, inhale. And exhale, fold. Good. Rebend into that front knee, walk your hands forward, lift that left knee, and step the left foot up to meet the right foot. Take a little bend into your knees here, grab opposite elbows, let your head hang. Nod the head yes, shake the head no. Really good. Release your hands down to your mat, heel toe the big toes to touch, splitting those heels slightly apart, halfway lift. Draw the hands to your shins, give yourself that connection. Your crown of the head is forward. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. And again, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root down, rise all the way up to stand. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, draw your hands through heart center. Feel free to grab a sip of water here if you need a break. I personally am going to be drinking Phocus. So if you have one near you, cheers. And if you ever need any other additional breaks here, feel free to take them. So we're going to start at the top of our mat. Take an inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. You can keep your knees down to the mat, or if you want a little advancement here, shift the weight forward, inhale. Lower halfway down, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Upward facing dog or cobra, you choose. Downward facing dog, roll over the toes. Good, and then we'll switch sides. Lift that left leg up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Hips are squared, shoulders out of the ears. Take an inhale here, and then power plank, knee to nose, round. Shoot it up and back, 3-legged. One more time, knee to nose, round. Good, step it up in between your hands, scissors to thighs. Hips are nice and light. Reach your arms back behind. Rise up, crescent lunge, inhale. So sinking down nice and low into that front knee and really reaching high through that back heel. So think of a string pulling your back leg up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale, find length, and on your exhale, open twist. So left arm is back, right arm is forward, shoulders are stacked over your hips. You can stay here or lower that left hand down, right arm lifts. Reversing your crescent lunge. This does challenge the balance a little bit, so if you fall out of it, just come right back. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, come all the way back. Take your arms out to a nice wide T. Cartwheel your hands down to your mat. Lower that back knee if it isn't already, and then sink those hips back, half splits. Flaring your toes towards your face here. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Just a couple breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale. Exhale, fold. Really, really good. Look forward. Rebend into that front knee. Walk those hands forward and step the right foot up to meet your left foot. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Down, rise all the way up to standing. Inhale to reach. Exhale, swan dive back forward. Hinge over your legs. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot back. Take your vinyasa. So you can choose that little high to low plank that we were doing earlier. Or if you're like, no, I'm done, you can take downward facing dog. Totally up to you. Good. So we're going to meet back in that downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Lift that right leg up towards the ceiling. This time, bend at the knee, stack open the hips. So you want to keep the shoulders pretty squared here, lengthening that left heel down towards the mat. Take an inhale. Stay on your exhale. Really good. Look forward towards your hands. Draw that right knee in towards that right wrist, and then lower that shin down. Pigeon pose. So you're going to sink that left foot back towards the back of your mat. You want to try to make sure that you can stay up nice and high. If you notice that there's a lot of space between that right hip and your mat, you can take your mat and kind of roll it underneath just to give yourself a little extra lift here. And then feel free here to stay, or you can always lower down to your forearms. And we're just gonna take a couple of breaths here. You can grab a sip of water. I'm gonna grab a sip of Phocus. In these poses, we like to hold just a little bit longer, just to get into that deep muscle tissue. So maybe here, start to relax a little bit, slow the breath down a little bit more, trying to focus on what's going on right now, calming the thoughts. Take 2 more rounds of breath. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Really good. Walk those hands all the way back up. We're just gonna shift our weight into that right hip, swing the left leg around. So you're gonna have that right foot right on the inside of that left thigh. And then from here, take an inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, and then on your exhale, fold in towards that leg. So maybe your arms only reach towards your shin, maybe they reach towards your ankle, maybe you can fold all the way in. As long as you have a nice lengthening into your spine, works great. So again, wherever you're at, just keep your hands down onto the mat, or maybe you pull closer towards that foot. Take an inhale. And exhale. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Really, really good. And then go ahead and lift up halfway here. And then we're just gonna lift that right knee up and cross that right foot on top of the left knee. Keep that left hand wrapped around that right knee, a little bit closer towards your midline. Right arm reaches back behind you, and find a nice little twist here. Take an inhale and exhale. When you lengthen, inhale, you're letting your lungs expand. And as you exhale, your lungs, and that's how you're going to twist just a little bit more. And exhale. Really good. Bring that head to center. And then from here, we're just going to unwind the leg, swing that left leg around towards the back of your mat, tuck the toes, lift the knees, downward facing dog. I wish I had a fancier transition, but I don't. Lift that left leg up towards the ceiling once you're ready. Bend at your knee, stack open your hips. And keep the shoulders nice and squared if possible, thinking of rooting that heel down towards the mat, even if it doesn't connect. Take an inhale. And then on your exhale, look forward, draw that left knee in towards that left wrist, lower all the way down. And you may notice your hips might feel a little different. Mine feel like they're not even on the same planet. So take any modifications that you need to, even if you didn't do it on the other side. Lower down to your forearms if you want. You can stay up onto those hands, you choose. Whatever works for you to get that same sensation, even if it takes a couple of modifications. I'm gonna grab another sip. Well, this is grapefruit. Tastes really good. Keeping your forearms down, crown of the head is forward. Starting to slow things down a little bit. Maybe you've worked up a little sweat. I definitely have. Sink the hips back just a little bit more. 2 more breaths. One more. And exhale. Really good. Come all the way up onto your hands. You're going to sink down into that left hip, swing that right leg all the way around, and set up almost like a tree pose. So that left foot is going to be on the inside of that right thigh. Right toes are going to be flared towards your face. Take an inhale, find length into your spine, and on your exhale, fold. And again, you may notice this hamstring feels a little bit different than the other. So wherever you're at, whether your hands are down or whether you're reaching that foot, try to find the length into your spine to get into the hamstring. Just 2 breaths here. And exhale. One more. And exhale. Really good. Come all the way back up. And you're just going to lift that left knee and cross the left foot over that right knee. Right hand is going to reach around towards that knee, pull it closer to you. Left arm reaches back. Take an inhale, find length into your spine. Exhale, twist, open. Inhale, length. Exhale, twist. One more deep inhale. Exhale, twist. Really, really good. Go ahead from here, come back through center. Swing that left leg back around, bend through that right knee, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. If you would like to flow through one last vinyasa, feel free. Inhale, come forward, round the spine, shift the weight forward, inhale, lower halfway down, hold. Upward facing dog or cobra, take your back bend. Downward facing dog, roll over the toes. And you can get fancy with it if you want. You can hop through your hands to come to a seat or just lower your knees down. So we're gonna come all the way down to our hips, bringing our feet forward about hip width distance apart. So sink back just a little bit. So you might feel that core light up just a little bit. If this is a little bit too intense, you can reach your arms back behind you, find a little extra support. If you feel good here, lift one foot and then maybe lift the left foot. Maybe you're rocking a little bit. Maybe you've got a little bit of unstable ground here. That's only gonna make it a little bit harder. Take an inhale, find length. High boat, exhale, low boat. So you wanna connect that low back with the ground, look towards your toes. Take an inhale, exhale, stay. Inhale, high boat, whoop, maybe use your hands. Exhale, low boat. Last time, inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat. Hold for 5, maybe swivel the feet. 4, 3, 2, 1. Collapse all the way down. It's my favorite part. And then from here, just go ahead and reach your arms up overhead. Find nice length into the side bodies, open through the chest. Reach your toes towards the front of the mat, and then draw that right knee in towards your chest. Flare the toes towards the face, flex through both feet. If you want, you can swivel through that ankle. You can kind of windshield wiper that knee side to side. Whatever's gonna feel good, just to kind of get into the hip flexor a little bit. Keep the left hand onto the knee, right arm reaches out to the right, pick the hips up and over to the right, and then drop that knee over to the left. So from here, you can keep that right shoulder blade nice and firmly planted into the mat. So if that right knee doesn't connect, don't worry about it. Just kind of let it hang in space a little bit. If it feels comfortable for you, look over that right shoulder and just take a few breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. Come all the way back up through center on your next inhale. And then from here, go ahead and plant that left foot down onto the mat. Right hand is gonna reach either for the outside edge of that right foot or peace fingers to your big toes. And you're gonna take half happy baby. So that right knee is gonna pull down towards the floor behind you. And again, if you have that grip onto the outside edge, it might just get a little bit deeper into your hip. I like to keep my left hand down onto my left hip. You can intensify this by lengthening that left foot forward. That's gonna get a little bit more into the groin, a little bit more into that hip flexor. Take one more breath here, inhale. Exhale, pull that right knee down. One more deep inhale. Stay on your exhale. Really good, release that foot, lengthen that right foot forward, draw the left knee into your chest. You can kind of find those little movements from side to side, twirling through the ankle just a little bit, clockwise, counterclockwise, you choose. Kind of getting into the hip a little bit. Right hand stays onto that knee, left arm reaches out to the left. Pick the hips up and over to the left, drop that knee over to the right. So again, keep that left shoulder blade flush. You're gonna get more out of that twist by keeping that left shoulder blade down than getting that knee down. So let that knee just kind of hang in space. And just a few breaths. Inhale. Two more. Last one. Good, come all the way back up through center. And then from here, plant that right foot down. Left hand onto the outside of that left foot or peace fingers to the big toe, and then just open it up for that half happy baby pose. I like to keep my right hand onto that right hip just to encourage it down. So again, if you have that full grip, really think of trying to bend through that left elbow just to help pull that left knee down. Again, only go to your limit. Go to what feels good, go to what pushes you just a little bit but doesn't cause any pain. And you can reach that right foot forward if that feels okay. Just 2 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more deep breath. And exhale. Really good. Go ahead and release that left foot. Hug both knees into your chest. Maybe even bring your nose up towards your knees. Take an inhale. Draw everything in. Inhale. And on your exhale, release. Take up as much space as you want. Shavasana, final resting pose, the most important pose of your practice. Stay here for just a few moments. Release the controlled breath. Get nice and quiet. Maybe listen to the sounds around you. If you have any distractions at home, it's okay to let them happen. Just give yourself the gift of being fully present with yourself for these last few moments. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. You can turn the video off and just get lost in your meditation for as long as you have time. If you're ready to start moving out from your practice, invite in a fuller and deeper breath. Start wiggling through your fingers and toes. Maybe rolling through the wrists. Reach your arms up and overhead. Find a nice full body stretch. Take an inhale. And then on your exhale, just bend through that left knee and roll over onto your right side. Find a nice little fetal position. Cradling your head with your right arm. Hips are stacked on top of each other. Shoulders are stacked. And then just press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Keep your eyes closed. Draw your hands at heart center and just bow your head towards your fingertips. Take in these last few moments and just acknowledge yourself, giving this time out of your day to be here for yourself so that you can then be there for others. Draw the thumbs to the forehead center. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your practice. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. Cheers.